Hey, it's Jane. So, it's been quite a journey over the last 2 days. A lot going on. Um, so, in the last video, I was really talking about my emotional build up to this and on my own psychological stuff going forward or going towards this surgery. And so this one is going to be completely about the surgery because the surgery was yesterday. And there's a little previous video where I did it immediately after, but man, I was still whacked out on anesthetics at the time, so it was short. Anyways, now I can talk about the whole thing. So I took the train from Toronto uh, to Montreal, and the hospital, which I paid for, the hospital paid for a pickup to come and get me. One of those black limo type things. And he took me to the hotel. It was just a Comfort Inn, right? It's just like a basic motel, which is fine. And so the next day, Monday, uh, I didn't really have much to do. I went to the mall, got a stand for the camera so that I can actually film better. But actually, I used that in the last video. So, anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Um, I had some stuff to do on the day before. I had to do two enemas, and they were uh, sodium phosphate enemas, and oh my god, did they make me feel nauseous. The first one, I felt really like almost throwing up, but I didn't throw up. And I did that one at 4 p.m. And then the second one I had to do at 8 p.m. And it was the same. I felt just as nauseous, only the second time I did throw up in a big way. My internals really hated that stuff. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it as a hobby. Um, so I had to do those two enemas, and also I had to clean the area with a special super antibacterial stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you buy it specially. I actually bought it from Amazon US because I couldn't get it from on Amazon UK. And also my voice is really low. I think it's just, I don't know, the air in here or something, but my voice is lower now for some reason. Anyways, um, that was the prep the day before. And then on the morning of, so Tuesday morning, I had to again wash the area with that same soap, and I actually did it 3 times because I had lots of the soap. So I just went to town, cleaning up the whole area with that special antibacterial soap. And then at 10 o'clock, the Lyft ride came to pick me up and brought me to the hospital. And I posted some pictures on Blue Sky of the hospital and waiting in the lobby. And then they took me in. So at the lobby, I kind of filled in all of the bureaucratic intake forms, and they sat and waited. And then they took me to the nursing station, and that's where they did the medical forms, and it asked me a shitload of questions and calculated stuff and did all that. And then they took me to my room, which is where I am now, and I changed into the typical sexy hospital gown, and I waited, and then they gave me pills. This is interesting. They gave me pills, and I don't remember what, because I couldn't quite. Her French accent was very thick, and I couldn't quite get the name of what they were giving me, and they were giving me 4 different things. So one of them was the effective one, and I'll explain in a minute. But anyways, they gave me those pills when I was doing the medical intake forms, and then I came and I sat and I waited, um, and in the room, and then eventually somebody came and got me and took me to a pre-surgical waiting room, which I was there for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. But during that 20 minutes, one of those drugs started hitting me. And oh my God, did it feel like alcohol intoxication, alcohol or GHB. It felt like that kind of intoxication, which was kind of fun. It's kind of fun walking into an OR feeling drunk. It was okay, which actually made the experience a lot easier for me. Like it was really smooth sailing. So they came and got me, and they walked me into the OR, which was freezing cold, and they got me to lay on the table, and it had like the arms out thing. So like it could have been like uh, it could have been like uh, a prison death chamber. That's what it reminds me of, anyways, with your arms out on those boards. But so they got me laying down. They put the warm blankets on top of me. They put an IV in, which is still in for now. They're taking this IV out after lunch, and I asked them to put it in my hand because I can't stand IVs, and I can feel it in the crook of my arm. The little plastic tube. I could feel it, and that drives me nuts. So I asked for the back of my hand, which is a lot better for me. Anyways, so once the IV went in, that whatever sedative they were using, it was a fairly mild sedative because I actually woke up a few times during the surgery, but um, it didn't hit me like instantly like proper surgery, deep sleep surgery works. Um, so they had me sit forward, leaning over a pillow to do the epidural, and I felt the a dull burning sensation from the giving the local, and then I didn't feel the epidural at all, which is, I don't know, it's kind of good and bad. I mean, it's good in the sense that I didn't feel it, but it's bad in the sense that I don't know what an epidural feels like. You know what I mean? I kind of want to know what it feels like, and because I didn't feel it, it's almost like it didn't happen. Anyways, they did that injection, and then they laid me back down again, and they started putting my legs up into the stirrups and started getting me my body prepped. And just as they were putting up the sheet to block off what the surgeons are doing, that's when the lights went out. That's when I went unconscious, and I woke up a couple times during the surgery, and even um, said something to the anesthesiologist, but I don't remember what I said. Um, and then when the procedure was done, I woke up, and they shifted me onto the gurney, and they brought me back to the room and shifted me onto the bed, and then they started putting all the packing in around the surgical area, like just all the gauze to soak up excess blood, and ice bags to keep swelling down. And I didn't have any pain. I still don't have any pain. I feel tightness down there. I definitely feel tightness, but I don't feel any pain. And so when they left, I did that quick video where I kind of showed everything, but I was still strung out on the anesthetic. And then we had all I was allowed to have was cheese and crackers, and then I met my roommate because she went in immediately before me. Her surgery was immediately before mine. So we got to know each other last night. We stayed up till like midnight talking, which was really fantastic. And then sleep. And then this morning, they came typical hospital, right? I come in at like 5:30 to change bandages and stuff like that. But I was already up because me, crazy early person. I woke up at 5 o'clock, like wide awake, and they came in at 5:30, so like they weren't disturbing me at all. And then we had breakfast, and it was okay, nothing special. Um, Typical hospital breakfast. And then after breakfast, we went for a walk, one loop around the nursing station, and I was a little dizzy, but not dizzy enough to feel unsteady on my feet. Not even close. I felt strong. My all my muscles were good, and because I wasn't feeling any pain down in the surgical area, you'd have to waddle a little bit because there's quite a lot of packing in there. But I didn't feel unsteady at all, and there was no pain, and just a little dizziness because of, I don't know, probably just from lying down so long. And yeah, that's about it, and that's what brings us to now. Um, I'm not going to say to anybody who's doing this in the future that it's a walk in the park, but for me, it was a walk in the park. So far, it's been great, and everyone here is super nice, super, super, super nice. Um, and yeah, it was there. It's an interesting thing came up. I was very afraid. Well, I wasn't afraid. I was very anxious about that first dilation, because they take the packing out, and then a nurse comes and tells you how to dilate for the first time, and you do it, right? So you have to take this dilator and put it inside your vagina, which is still kind of all, Frankenpussy. So there, and I guess I might feel a little nervous about it in the moment, but I'm not scared of the concept anymore, uh, because if I move my hips back and forth, I can feel the stent inside my body. And that matters because that gives me a sense of self, you know? That gives me a sense of things exist inside my body that's part of me, and the stuffing, but that's part of me. And I think that really changes the mental calculus, um, when it comes to dilating for the first time, because I just imagined before, well, there's this new orifice in my body that it's never had, and maybe I'm gonna freak out. No, I know I'm definitely not gonna freak out. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be good. I mean, it might be challenging, but it's gonna be fine. Um, and yeah, so now basically it's a waiting game. I don't get the packing out till the fifth day, so where I'm in here for one in the hotel, like not hotel. I'm in the hospital room for one more night, so tonight, and then tomorrow they'll transfer me over to a room in the other wing of the place, which is more of a kind of individual bedrooms and casual whatever, um, uh, to continue my healing process. Um, and I'll be free to move around. Um, and but also the packing in there and the bandage in there, so it's not going to be a lot of. I'm not going for any hikes or anything. And then once the stent is out, once all the gauze has been removed and the stent is out and I'm dilating, and that's it. I'm here for a couple more days after that just to supervise, the healing process, and then I go home, and it gets into the dilating 4 times a day grind, which I'll be able to talk about that here because I will be starting dilating 4 times a day while I'm here. So, yeah, yeah. So for the day after, being on the day after surgery, I think everything has gone very well, very quickly, very smoothly, and I am, although I can't see the area because it's got stitched on, gauzing over top. When they take all the excess padding away, and I can just see that what's stitched on there, and I can see the shape of my lower, like my shape of my vaginal area and everything. It looks so good. It looks amazing, even with the bandage on it. It's great. I'm very happy. And also, too, another thing that I was curious about beforehand, not something that grossed me out or anything, but definitely something that I was curious about beforehand was, I mean, if you're a trans woman, that you can control your penis, right? You can make it move up and down, even if it's limp. You can make it move, and and the wiring, the nerves for that process are still there, right? But all of that muscular tissue, like all of the tissue that gets engorged with blood when you get an erection, it's all gone. And so when I try to make that movement in my mind, nothing happens, which is really, really neat. Like, I can totally feel that there's no penis there now. I can't feel that anything else because it's kind of numb, and if I did feel anything, it would probably be pain. But I can feel that there's no penis, and I can feel that stent inside my body. So, yeah, it's fascinating experience. Fascinating. So, if anybody's going to be doing this in the near future, yeah, it's good. It works. It makes sense. It just, you know, I feel like I've made a major step forward. And even though, like, it's been 19 years, right? I had my orchiectomy 19 years ago, and I've been on hormones for 19 years. And, like, it's been forever. So you'd think, like, another step would be trivial, but this feels like as big a step as the orchi felt like. This feels like as big a step as starting hormones itself. So this is really cool. This is super duper cool. So I think I can give another showing of what's going on down there. It's not that, there's nothing exciting to see, but I'll just do it again anyways because I can, and I don't know, maybe you'll be interested. So I will be moving the camera. It'll be a bumpy ride for a moment. But let me show you. All right. So sexy underwear, of course, can't go anywhere without having sexy underwear. And then there is an ice pack on top right here. And then there's another ice pack down here, right? And you can see they change the outer gauze on a regular basis because the actual, this is the stitched down one, this one right here, that's actually stitched down, and that's why it's bloody, because it is stitched down and there is bleeding. But the bleeding is normal. I'm not bleeding any more or less than I should be for this procedure. And then there's the blood. There it is. Sorry. There's the blood collector. And yeah. So that's the whole show. Nothing exciting to see. The picture I put up on Blue Sky is a hell of a lot better because it's just the sutured. It's just the sutured bandage. So it shows a lot more. You see the contour of my skin around it, which is really nice to see. Really, really nice to see. But other than that, yeah, it's just a lot of chilling now. Yeah, so I'll do another video tomorrow. Probably maybe a bit shorter because there's not a lot to talk about because, again, this is just a lot of waiting, with the occasional walk around, to get the blood flowing in the body. So it's not terribly exciting, but I'll make something tomorrow just to say hello or whatever. And if you're on Blue Sky and following me, Jane Luciferian, I am at Jane Luciferian is my Blue Sky handle. If you follow me there, then you can see some better pictures and also a lot of text of me explaining stuff and answering questions of other people and all of that. So that is that. Nothing dramatic, which is a good thing. It was, yeah, a very easy vaginoplasty for me so far, and I feel really good about it. Really, really good about it. So I guess I'll leave it there. And I gotta turn. And I'm not editing these videos because I'm on the phone. I don't know how to. Too much hassle. Well, I know how to shorten the ends, but it's just such a hassle. You can live with a little lead in and lead out of the camera turning around. It's not gonna kill you. So love y'all, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.